First off, we meet Kelly and Chris, who are alone in an isolated cabin. Now, I know what you're thinking, but surprisingly, there's no nudity in this movie. Instead, we get to listen to Kelly talk about his childhood, when he used to live around the lake surrounding the cabin. Back then, there were only a few people on the island. Him and his dad, a few loggers, a crazy trapper, and this scientist, who doesn't last long. Kelly found some old frog bone while out wandering around, and they sent it into a university who has some interest in it, and they sent Dr. Ellie Hadley and her niece Susan. Apparently, this frog bone is a fossil, some 125 million years old. Furthermore, it's pretty unique because it's the only kind found in the area. The whole time the loggers and the trapper fight, Kelly and Susan hang out, mentioning that the lake is nice, but has this odd feeling of being watched while you're swimming in it. Honestly, I'm kind of making this all sound good. Nothing is happening. People wander around, you see the lake, you see some woods. It's pretty boring. Any normal person would be asleep by now. Eventually, Kelly goes to talk to Charlie, the trapper, about what's going on, and he tells him the story of Rana. A long time ago, this land was all occupied by the Native Americans. But they couldn't catch any fish or wildlife to eat. That is until one day, two braves were out fishing, and one of them noticed a small yellow pebble. He picked it up and later on threw it into the lake, where it started to bubble up, and out from the water came a half man, half frog. I can't even say it with a straight face. Who comes up with this stuff? Anyway, after the brave was walking home, right on the path was a deer, which he used to keep the tribe fed. From then on, they worshiped the creature, throwing small yellow pebbles into the lake and getting rewarded. Those small yellow pebbles were actually gold. So, yeah, monster or not, there seems to be a butt ton of gold at the bottom of this lake, and people want it. That's what the loggers are actually doing here. They're not loggers, they're treasure hunters, and they're disturbing Rana. Honestly, that's basically the gist of the entire story. There, the review's done. Thanks for coming. Well, if you insist, I'll move on. Upset with the loggers turned treasure hunters, Charlie shoots at him, and they fire back, hitting him. He's found and they bring him back to the cabin, but they know he needs a real doctor. However, he refuses and instead dies right where he lived. Upset, John, Kelly's dad, confronts the loggers, but it's 2 against 1 and he's knocked out. They retreat and split up, Rana finally making an appearance, killing one of them, which might be the most gore in the whole movie. The other logger just about makes it off the island, but John swings by and this time he has a gun. He shoots him, all while Swan Lake plays in the background. Oh, and what's this? It's obviously the Jaws theme. Come on. Now with the creature on land, he attacks, not caring if you're a good guy or not. John ends up cutting off the creature's fingers, which has gotta hurt, but hey, at least something's happening. After their close encounter, John works on a bullet that can kill Rana. The survivors load up on a raft and work on getting out of there, but Rana won't let them leave, and they're all chased off into the woods, leaving just Susan and Kelly alive. They make it back to the house, but hear the frog monster walking on the porch, until it finally attacks. He kidnaps Susan, and a fire starts while Kelly shoots at it. Everyone's safe outside, the house blows up. Well, there goes the budget. The creature spits up a frog. Talk about having a frog in your throat. Then Kelly shoots at it with one of those special bullets, and it's dead. Huh. Now, back in the present, an adult Kelly goes diving with his girlfriend, determined to find Rena's home. And, well, they find it all right, even getting away with some gold. But they're not alone down there, and it looks like one of the eggs is ready to hatch. And that was Croaked Frog Monster from Hell, or Rana, the Legend of Shadow Lake. Whichever title you prefer, I know what you won't prefer is watching this movie. It's a snooze fest. Directed by Bill Rebane, who also made The Capture of Bigfoot, which isn't much better, Croaked will leave you with a frog in your throat. One of Troma's early movies, it really set the course of the quality to come. First off, the only reason you would want to watch this movie is for the title alone, but it does set up an expectation. There should be some crazy looking frog monster here, not just some guy in a green wetsuit that only gets screen time in the last 5 minutes of the movie. The only cool power he had was that he could burp up frogs. I don't know how useful that would be, but it was at least unique. The movie claims to be a horror comedy, but I don't think so. It wasn't scary, and the only chuckles I got were when you saw the bad acting and the effects. I will admit the Native American story, with everyone throwing gold in the water to worship Rana, was pretty cool. Actually, about the only highlight of the film. If you're licking to get your hands on a good killer frog movie, then I gotta recommend Frogs from 1972. At least that had Sam Elliott in it. Whether you call it Croaked, the Frog Monster from Hell, or Rana, the Legend of Shadow Lake, the end result will always be the same. It stinks worse than a bog full of frogs. I give it 1 frog fingers out of 4.
I want to talk to you about...
Talk? Why, I only talk to him and my friends. And